to be in 2K20?
Well, first, the baby hair has to be in 2K.
Yeah, the physical.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Green and Cauley Stein are down low. Robinson is out there with Russell. And it's Pascal and it's small forward. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Fernando in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Smitty, the increased pace of the game, how does that affect players, you think, trying to get through the season in terms of, say, fatigue?
I think for the teams that those coaches understand, they do a great job of playing 10, 11, 12 guys throughout the season. It usually bodes well. It's those organizations that's going 6, 7, only 8 deep. You see those guys start to fatigue, and any injury, then you really see it shows up on paper and on the floor when you're not a deep team.
Pass to Green. Shoots the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Herter. The 19-footer is on the money.
You people see the floor as well as Trae. If you're open, he'll find you.
There's Russell with the 3. That one's not going to go. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
They wreaked havoc on the defensive end and really held the pace of the game in their favor for the entire game.
Here is Russell, following the basket by Trae Young. Fires from deep, and the basket by Pascal.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. It's Young on the wing. Passes it to Fernando. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hunter. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Basket good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Warriors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
To the right side. Herter, and it's sent back by Russell. 3-pointer. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
They're running. Goes up. A slam dunk by Robinson.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
This is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor.
The Golden State Warriors, so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs.
And so it's Atlanta with it. The Warriors making the shot. To stop the run, and the dunk by Parker.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. In the last couple seasons, Golden State's defense in the regular season slipping off just a bit.
I think what happens is with their elite offense, I think they started to rest a bit more on defense. Also, when you've been to the finals 5 straight years, so the coasting can occur.
Now, here is Young. 5 points in the game. Pass to Bembry. All alone. Chris with the rebound.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
And they'll keep possession. Burks can't get it to go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Young kicks to Jones. Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. And now, here's Chris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Poole the pass to Burks. Shoots over Turner. Burks' shot is good.
Alec very comfortable shooting from mid-range. That's a shot he can get with his driving ability.
Young taking his time here. All sorts of time. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Young's got 7 points. The Warriors leading. And the pass to Poole. He kicks to Burks. Shot from 16. Atlanta with the rebound.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Shot's good from Young.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
So here's Burks. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Bucket is good. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. From deep three-point range and a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Warriors lead by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. So much talent on this Warriors team. Draymond Green talks about how it all...
The way I judge, whether we can play together or not.
Greg, defense is Draymond's specialty, no question about it.
And it all starts on that end. The Warriors feel like if they take care of business at that end, the offense will take care of itself.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
I love their effort contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. We've got Looney. Chris is out there with Alec Burks. And it's Poole in the shooting guard.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks have the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
Here's Looney, guarded by Len. Here's Poole, and Parker with the block. They get it back. Pass to Poole. 5 on the clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Jabari Parker.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And Coach Pierce works as an assistant general manager in the offseason. Steve able to learn that side of things and have a voice in acquisition.
That's very important. They are building something special in Atlanta. He's going to play a big role in that as well.
They get it back. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Very hard not to foul a guy who's in constant motion. Collins once again bringing the energy.
Kevin Herter, he's checked in for the Hawks. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for the Warriors. Russell looking it over. And the Warriors miss again. The Hawks leading by 3. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Here's Len, and the dunk by Len.
And how about that instant response? Don't try to throw down on his team. It just gets them fired up.
And that's the result. They launch an assault on the basket. Snatched up. Out to Russell. This one for 3. Happy to see that one go in after missing 6 of his 9 shots today.
Hitting three-pointers, so important in today's NBA. Good thing Russell's got the range and confidence to do so.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Green, and it comes off the front of the rim. For Atlanta, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Herter. He's guarded by Russell. Tries it from 9. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Indeed, nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone else feel better, feel involved, right?
You're totally right, Kevin. I talked to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish star. Not just the star, the unselfish star. And what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands it's about team versus him.
Here, how about the stats for D'Angelo Russell? Averaging 23 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
The Warriors shooting their 5th free throw of the game here, and the technical free throw is good.
You look at the Hawks franchise, moved to Atlanta in 1956. Since then, they've been unable to advance to the NBA Finals.
They get the rebound. Cauley Stein kicks to Russell. Another shot, Pascal. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Young with no one around. Off target from three-point range. Now with Atlanta, I think they wanted a fresh start a couple years ago, Steve, rather than be a middle-of-the-pack team.
Yeah, and a primary way to acquire stars is to reboot, dump salary, and nail your draft picks. Then, once you have the young nucleus in place, you add the veterans.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Hawks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
And when you think about some of the most entertaining Hawks teams, my mind always goes to the human highlight film.
Reason why he was a 9-time All-Star, NBA scoring champion, has some legendary matchups against Larry Bird and Chuck Person, to name a few. One of the most electrifying players in the history of the game.
With the shot, Atlanta again missing.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
Here's Pascal. And it's off from three-point range. Young dishes to Collins. Back to Young. Hawks passing it around. No block shot. Draymond Green pulls it in.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. Just couldn't finish.
And the basket by Pascal. Pascal's got 5 now. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Throws it up high, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
It's nice to see Russell's discipline, stays patient, and earns the shots he gets.
Young against Robinson. Young outside. Pass to Fernando. Lets it go from 14. And too long on the shot.
And really, Hunter can guard every position.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Warriors ahead, up by 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show with the kids. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at D'Angelo Russell, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Fernando in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Robinson pulls it in. The Warriors leading. Smitty, interesting fact about Trae Young. Drafted by the Hawks, but he has a strong fear of birds.
Wow. I also heard he even had a meeting with their mascot, Harry the Hawk, to get a comfort zone with each other. They're cool now, but Trae Young, not a fan of other birds.
Hits it from three-point range.
He's calm, he's confident. Young has that it factor.
Young against Russell. Looking to end his cold spell. Again, Russell missing. The Hawks shooting 43% from the field. Now, here is Young. 12 points for him. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Herter passes to Young, and stolen by Russell. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Green kicks to Robinson. No good with the triple.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Young against Russell. Back to Young. Just 4 to shoot. That shot off.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Young against Russell. Down low. The bucket is good, and then the chance for one more. That one on Collins.
Just some real big boy strength from Green. Absorbing the hit like a champ while still hitting the shot.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Greg, this season is the first time in the last 4 or 5 years that Golden State will not be the prohibitive favorites to win it all.
I mean, back-to-back devastating injuries in the finals. Kevin Durant departing in free agency with time and help. Will they retake the throne? We'll just have to wait and see.
Chris, he's checked in for Green. Right wing. Here's Poole. He can't hit that time. And Atlanta will come the other way. Here's Turner, and he banks in the lane.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Bowman, Turner covering. Pass to Looney. Takes the three. Out to Chris. Back to Burks. Tries again. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Turner with the steal. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Hawks said they were going...
What the hell was that? What he did? What the fuck kind of move is that? This motherfucker. And blew it. Sorry.
To be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Steve, there are certain players, as we know, who can really back you up and get you on your heels, and then they hit the brakes and they hit you with a pull-up jumper. They're very tough to defend.
Kevin, you said it best. Being able to hit the brakes and stop on a dime, I think it's James Harden, Steph Curry, C.J. McCollum, Kyrie Irving. Those are some of those names where guys can go in fast pace, fast motion, then stop and pull up and be on balance and knock down the shot.
Burks on the wing. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
He's out, bro.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Burks.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
Reddish with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. For the tie, out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Green.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Alex Lenz checked in for Jones. And the basket by Pascal. 58 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Reddish.
And for the Warriors, 5 straight finals appearances, something that hasn't been done since Bill Russell's Celtics of the 60s.
And those 5 appearances, Greg, produced 3 titles. It was close to another one. Last year's finals not ending the way they wanted. Injuries certainly played a role. We'll see if they can make it back this season.
Here's Pascal. Turner covering. Here's Bowman. Rebound by Parker. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Reddish with the ball. And Burks picks him up defensively.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
For Atlanta, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And he makes the first. Hunter's checked in for Turner. And he makes both free throws. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. 17 seconds left in the third. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Burks has got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors.
Burks is really good at picking his spots from outside when he's on the floor. A highly efficient shooter.
Reddish's shot is good. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. That will count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Warriors lead by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Marquise Chris, D'Angelo Russell out there with Alec Burks, and it's Pascal in at the 3.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
The pass to Fernando. Collins against Russell. Clock at 6. To take the lead. Young's shot is off. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Golden State. Pass to Chris. Rebound, Atlanta. Hunter's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 16 points for Trae Young.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Russell passes to Looney. Right side, Russell. And the Warriors miss again.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1 3, and that was in the first half.
Young pass to Collins. Here's Russell, and hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Thank you, David. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Russell's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, we talk about feel and reading the situation. Russell gets an opening there and does not flinch.
Kept alive. To the paint. Here's Fernando. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists now tonight.
Right to the rim. Aggressive approach when it matters most.
Coming down the stretch, you know this. You want to go to something that's bankable. That's as good as it gets.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Passes to Herter. Here's the teardrop. And good that time. 20 points for Trae Young.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Russell, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Yeah, you want the momentum on your side, and Russell showing you how it's done.
Russell against Young. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Trae Young doesn't get rattled and plays very well under pressure.
That free throw good from Young.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
Timeout called the Warriors. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Good decision to regather. Talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
A beautiful reverse layup. And it's a 5-point Hawks lead.
The charisma, the superhuman workload. Trae Young is built for stardom.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're behind by 5. 1:58 left in the fourth. Here's Russell with the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Hunter's got 6 rebounds in the game. Young with the ball. Now defended by Cauley-Stein. Collins against Green. Hawks passing it around. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hurt. He's guarded by Russell. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here's Russell. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the fourth. Cauley-Stein in the post. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Young. It's Young on the wing. Second shot opportunity. Good. Nothing but net. Young's got the lead up to 5 now for the Hawks.
Incredible competitor. Trae Young always wants to be the one to take this shot.
For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. That's good on the jump shot.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And that one falls for Young.
One thing you can say about Trae Young, he leaves a huge imprint on any basketball game he plays.
And he gets the bucket.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away. Talented, driven, he puts constant pressure on your defense.
Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
They couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. Interesting game, though, in terms of some of the matchups.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've led by as much as 10. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Shoots a fader. Haskell's shot is off. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home.